Deep in a winding, mossy forest, nestled within the heart of a stony mountain, lived a young dragon named Sparky. His scales shimmered like emeralds, and his eyes were the color of warm honey. But Sparky was a very lonely dragon. He lived all by himself in a vast, echoing cave, filled with glittering crystals that he couldn't quite enjoy. You see, whenever Sparky got a tickle in his nose, which happened quite often from the forest pollen, he would let out a mighty sneeze. And this wasn't just any sneeze. It was a fiery, smoky achoo. Puffs of hot flame would shoot from his nostrils, accidentally scorching the nearby ferns and sending little animals scurrying for cover. The rabbits would thump their feet and dive into their burrows. The squirrels would chatter with alarm and scramble up the highest trees. Even the brave badgers would peek out from their dens, shake their heads, and retreat back inside. "Oh dear," they'd whisper. "There goes Sparky again." Sparky didn't mean to be scary. In fact, he had a very kind and gentle heart. He longed to play hide-and-seek with the rabbits or gather nuts with the squirrels. More than anything, he just wanted a friend. But his fiery sneezes kept everyone at a distance, and the silence in his big cave often felt louder than his loudest roar. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in shades of purple and orange, Sparky sat at the entrance of his cave, feeling particularly sad. He watched the fireflies begin to dot the darkening woods, their tiny lights winking on and off like fallen stars. He let out a soft, mournful sigh, which came out as a sad little puff of smoke. Suddenly, a tiny light zipped right up to his nose. It hovered there, bold and bright. It wasn't a star, but a tiny firefly, smaller than Sparky's claw. Unlike the other animals, this little creature wasn't afraid. "Hello there," the firefly buzzed in a tiny, cheerful voice. "My name's Flicker. Why the long face?" Sparky blinked, surprised. No one had ever spoken to him so bravely. I'm Sparky," he stammered. "Everyone's afraid of me. When I sneeze, fire comes out." He looked down at his claws, embarrassed. Flicker zipped around Sparky's head in an excited loop. "Fire? That's amazing. You have your own built-in lantern? You just need to learn how to control it." Sparky looked up, a glimmer of hope in his honey-colored eyes. "Control it? How?" Flicker landed gently on the tip of Sparky's snout. "It's all about focus," he explained. "Instead of thinking of a big, scary sneeze, think of something small and gentle. Think of a tiny, happy sparkle." Sparky took a deep breath. He thought about the dewdrops on a spider's web in the morning. He thought about the shimmer of moonlight on the river. He imagined a tiny, joyful sparkle. A tickle started in his nose. He scrunched up his face, but this time, instead of letting out a huge achoo, he focused. He thought, "Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle," and let out a soft "feft." A shower of beautiful, harmless golden sparkles floated out, dancing in the air like dust motes in a sunbeam before vanishing. They didn't burn anything. They were just beautiful. Sparky's eyes went wide with astonishment. "I did it! I did it!" he roared, but this time it was a roar of pure joy. Flicker buzzed happily. "You sure did. Now let's practice." All through the evening, and for many evenings after, Sparky and Flicker became the best of friends. They practiced together in a hidden clearing. Flicker would teach Sparky to control his breath, and Sparky learned to turn his sneezes into all sorts of wonderful things. He could create swirling spirals of silver sparks, gentle puffs of glittering confetti, and even glowing orbs that floated softly before fading away. The dark forest clearing became their stage, and they put on the most magnificent light shows anyone had ever seen, just for the two of them. Sparky wasn't lonely anymore. With Flicker by his side, his cave felt less empty, and the forest felt less scary. One night, a thick fog rolled into the forest, blanketing everything in a heavy gray mist. It was so dark you couldn't see your own paw in front of your face. Sparky and Flicker were practicing their light show when they heard a tiny whimpering sound. It was a sound of fear and confusion. They followed the noise and found a little bunny, lost and alone, crying softly under a large toadstool. I can't find my way home, the bunny sobbed. I can't see anything and I'm scared. The bunny shivered, not just from the cold, but from seeing the large, dark shape of a dragon looming in the fog. Flicker immediately zipped over. Don't be afraid, he buzzed gently. This is my friend Sparky. He's going to help you. Sparky's heart went out to the little bunny. He remembered how it felt to be alone and scared. He took a deep, steadying breath, just as Flicker had taught him. He thought of the gentlest, warmest, most comforting light he could imagine. He thought of a candle in a window on a cold night. He let out a soft, controlled puff. A stream of warm, golden sparkles flowed from his nose, casting a soft, gentle glow all around them. The light wasn't hot or scary at all. It was comforting, pushing back the darkness and illuminating the forest floor. The little bunny stopped crying and looked up in wonder. The sparkles lit up a familiar path of white pebbles that led right back towards the bunny burrows. You're lighting the way for me, the bunny whispered in awe. Sparky nodded, a kind smile on his face. He walked slowly, continuing to puff out gentle, glowing sparkles to light the path ahead. Flicker flew alongside, a tiny beacon of encouragement. As they got closer to the burrows, other animals started to peek out. Squirrels, mice, and even a family of badgers watched from a safe distance. They saw the great dragon, not breathing scary fire, but creating a beautiful, guiding light for a lost little one. They didn't see a monster, they saw a hero. When they reached the bunny's home, the little bunny's family rushed out, nuzzling him with relief. The bunny's mother looked up at Sparky, her eyes full of gratitude. Thank you, she said softly. You saved our little one. From that night on, everything changed. The story of Sparky's kindness spread throughout the forest like wildfire, a good, warm kind of fire. The other animals weren't afraid of him anymore. The next morning, when Sparky woke up, he found a small pile of the juiciest berries left at his cave entrance by the squirrels. The rabbits waved to him as he went for his morning walk. He learned to play tag, his gentle sparkles guiding the way in shady parts of the woods. He discovered that true strength wasn't about having the loudest roar or the hottest fire. It was about using what you have to be kind and to help others. That night, as Sparky curled up to sleep in his cave, Flicker landed on his snout. The cave was no longer quiet and lonely. It was filled with the happy memories of a day spent with friends. And as he drifted off to sleep, Sparky let out one last tiny sleepy puff, a single perfect sparkle that floated up and winked out, like a happy little goodnight kiss to the world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed Sparky's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. See you next time.